I used to bemoan the fact that there weren't many adults who seemed intellectually curious, both in the church, outside the church. I dropped the word intellectually because I realized that was kind of off putting, like being intellectually inclined was a hobby for certain people that, tended to be eggheads, like to read books and that sort of thing. So now I simply say it's tragic that there aren't more adults who are curious. C.S. Lewis wrote a book, Essay in Criticism, an experiment in criticism, sorry. And interestingly enough, in his chapter called On Realisms, he talks about that adults tend to slough off the good things of childhood, basically the idea of being curious and asking questions, and we end up keeping the things from childhood that are not so good and make us more immature adults. And so I think we need to ask ourselves, we need to really ask ourselves this question and be curious about it, frankly. Why am I not more curious? What is it that is preventing me from being curious more about God, the world He's created, even myself? And I think about a book written by the British educator John Hull, and in that book, he thinks one of the biggest impediments, and I agree with him on this, one of the biggest impediments to learning, to really learning, is the fear of being proven wrong. Because if we really learn something, we're probably going to have to unlearn something. And so to be curious is to put ourselves in this vulnerable position with our kind of hands out and go, well, if I'm going to be curious and investigate and go deeper with God, go, really kind of seek out things in the world, history and botany and whatever it is, astronomy, and figure things out more than I know them right now, or things about myself, then I put myself in this position that I am going to have to unlearn some things I thought were true, and I was basing my life on them, and honestly, my confidence was in those things being true. And now I'm realizing they're really not true. So getting curious about why we're not curious, I think, is a really healthy and godly thing.